Canada has many beautiful lakes and mountains, and I have enjoyed every trip that I've taken there. This was one of the scenes that I enjoyed. And then when we went to Banff, we saw the Three Sisters. This mountain range was really beautiful and photographed all the time. And since I am one of three sisters, this meant a lot to me. And then, of course, in that same area is Emerald Lake. And the mountains, again, were beautiful. It was a beautiful color, and it's made from the glacier runoff of the mountains. But I thought the canoes and boats there that were so colorful would make a good painting. I've been fortunate to go with Friendship Force to Australia several times, and I painted this young boy for one of those. When we were near Kempsey, we traveled to the koala hospital, and I used real paper bark on the tree for this collage, and the koalas are Japanese rice paper. I thought this child was beautiful, and I wanted to remember my trip there. She's standing in front of Uluru, their holy place. Our Friendship Force trip to Sweden was one of my favorite ones. We waited 8 years to be able to go there, and it was worth it. This is a collage with Japanese rice paper that I did on a tour to Count Bundy's home, Bauschklauster. I probably did not pronounce that correctly, but we did not get to go into the home, which was huge and had its own chapel in the corner, but we did get to go inside to the gift shop, and we walked around. He even came out and showed us his rose garden. Uptown in Helsingborg is this building. It is, I think, the Freedom Tower. It is the place where Sweden fought for their freedom from Denmark. The water flowing out into a pool from those three arches was beautiful. Of course, with so much water, there were boats everywhere, and I enjoyed painting these. These next three paintings and collages are from a cruise that I took. I think this one was from Belize, maybe. I enjoyed looking at the white buildings with the orange roofs. It, again, is Japanese rice paper. We saw this view from the dock in Nassau, and I took photographs and wanted to paint it. And this one is also from Nassau. This is a collage of a hill town in Italy. Beautiful countryside there. A friend and I wanted to go to Santa Fe to see the artwork there, and the scenery was beautiful, so I made many pictures there. This painting is one that I did from a photograph. It is a papaya tree. And then this is a banana tree that was right in the yard of our hotel. Hawaiian sunrise, another one of my paintings. This was the scene out the door of our hotel. When we went to Australia a couple of times, we also went to New Zealand, and we were traveling on this little boat, and I kept seeing a dog over there moving his head, and I finally asked, and the skipper said, "He's fishing. See the line in his mouth?" And he actually caught fish. This is a wall sculpture collage that I did with the Japanese washi paper, showing a bird that I photographed in Africa, South Africa, and some of the other scenes that I saw. Then in Johannesburg at Intabeni Lodge, I saw these scenes. Small little round mountain with a upcropping of rocks near a lake. It was a beautiful place to stay, and we were able to go out twice a day and see the animals. Took a photograph of a baby lion, but I had twin boys at that time, grandsons, and so I made that one into two. This is an acrylic painting on brown cloth of some of the animals that I saw. This is one of the paintings that has collage on it. It's a painting and a collage from some of my photographs. Usually you could see zebras standing and looking in all different directions, always watching for the predators. And this one I call symbiotic partners. Most of the time you could see zebra and wildebeest standing together, and we found out that that was because zebras can see but they can't hear good. Wildebeest can hear but they can't see good. And so they stand together, helping each other to always be watching for the lions. When I went with Friendship Force to Big Canoe, Georgia, we kept seeing these funny shaped trees, and I took a picture of this one and painted it because they told us that in that area a good many Cherokee lived before the Trail of Tears, and that they would take young sapling trees and tie them so that as they grew, they would be in various shapes. And these trees became a special language to the Cherokee as they would walk through. If they saw one shaped like this, which was a snout tree, it meant there is water within 100 feet of here. And if they saw a very curvy tree, it meant that a righteous woman was buried here. A lady has written a book about these trees, bent trees, and I just wanted to pay homage to the Cherokee, so I looked up some of the Cherokee chiefs and painted their portraits as spirit people right into the painting. This is a painting that I took when I was on a trip to Sarasota, Florida. We were in a boat and we rode right up to this pelican, and he sat still and let me take his photograph. Then I came home and painted him. On that same trip to Sarasota, I saw a coconut palm, and I really liked all of the little details that I saw up at the top of the tree. This was another painting that was inspired by that trip to Florida. They had so many beautiful water birds there. I thank you for taking this trip with me on some of my travels and the artwork that was produced from them.